What's up, everyone? Thank y'all for joining me with Buzzing with Marlo. I am Warren Marlo. All right, guys. We are live. I'm joined with my good friend, the Vape God himself, Fletch Malone. How you doing, man?
I am doing absolutely vape-tastic, Warren. How are you doing today?
Hey, man. It's Friday, man. Can't complain. Can't complain.
Amen. Vape men. Coining a new word. Vape men. Said amen, vape men. Vape men. Yep. Doing
Love
it.
it, man. So, man, what have you been up to, man? So, what have you been up to?
Vaping,
Other than this?
obviously. Vaping, obviously. Um, been wrestling a lot. Been wrestling a lot. I was in Pennsylvania last weekend, out at the Sanctuary Proving Grounds. That was an interesting experience. It was much more of a studio type feel, like a TV taping. It was a really cool experience. Fully produced, fully edited, everything. It was real nice. I was in West Dallas Friday and Saturday, up here in Wisconsin for Fourth Wall and Brew City Wrestling. I have Brew City Wrestling again tonight in Waukesha, Wisconsin at 7:30. Wisconsinites, if you're in the area, it's worth the trip. And then tomorrow in West Dallas, it is the last ICW show at the clubhouse in West Dallas. Next month, we're moving to a new venue, yet to be announced, I do believe. Vape God is in on all the secrets, but I can't announce it if Dysfunction hasn't announced it yet. So, but yeah, man, trying to stay busy. I'm in Illinois next weekend. It's things are looking up for the Vape God.
Hey man, I love it. I love it. I know last time we talked, you were just moving in that area, so obviously it was kind of harder to get your name out in the area and stuff like that. So I'm glad to see you up and rolling now a lot now.
Oh yeah, but
Man, I was
I don't stay stationary for long.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's either you're gonna stop doing it or you're gonna even push yourself more to it. So
And
those are the
they
ones.
ain't no stopping. You see that sign
That's
behind
like
me? You see that sign behind me? It says grind. It says grind for a reason. Grind. Do the
wake up to
mundane
that.
work every day,
Yep.
man.
Hey man, I love it. So talk about the ICW shows and stuff like that. You said this is the last one in that venue tonight.
Yeah, tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. But yes, it is the last show at the Tanner Paul American Legion. It has been one hell of a year. I made my ICW debut in that building. I I met a special person in that building, or well, didn't meet a special person in that building, but got to know a special person in that building. So
Mhm.
that building holds a lot of memories. So tomorrow's gonna be it's gonna be bittersweet because we're moving on to bigger and better places. But that's home for me for ICW.
Yeah, I hear you on that, man. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. So that was the main one that you were in for the longest time, right? Was ICW, correct?
BCW and ICW, yeah. Yeah, tonight and tomorrow show
Yeah.
are my two home companies, if you want to call them that.
Well,
It's where I got
hey,
my
that's
start in
all that matters,
Wisconsin.
though, man. I mean, those are your main platforms, right?
Yeah, that's where I've made a name for myself in Wisconsin so far. That's for sure. Trying to move up north and work with Swoggle up in ACW. I'm gonna be helping out on the 6th, trying to work my way in there. I can hear you.
Hey man, I love it. I love it. I love it, man. So talk about some of the shows that you have done and stuff, and like what's the differences from the shows that you were out there in your area now compared to like some of the shows that you've done in the past, like out in the Georgia area, and you actually did one in Florida too recently, right?
I was supposed to, yes. It actually got canceled
Uh
due to
huh.
COVID reasons, and it got rescheduled to next
Right.
month when I already had a booking.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, that the Florida debut is being postponed, but we are working on getting that rolling. As far as the differences, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I've been blessed enough, and I've been lucky enough to not really work any real rinky dink shows, either up north or down
Mm-hmm.
south. Like most of them have been, professional. Most of them have been, upfront about stuff. Like I haven't really gotten screwed over anything. Like I haven't had any real horror indie stories. But um, I will say the shows that I've gotten with up here generally are a little bit higher budgeted, so it's a little bit more produced. It's a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
organized. They like like Frank at BCW. That's how he makes his money for the most part. He runs a promotion. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's very business minded when it comes to that. So he's very organized. He's very bam 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 bam. There's this and this. So the show's gonna run. Let's go type thing.
So it's basically well planned out, basically like
Yes,
well planned out.
very well run.
It's rare for those too. It's rare for
It
those.
is. It is.
I'm
And
different where we're from.
yeah, yeah, like that's the biggest difference is they're just a little bit more well organized up here
Uh-huh.
from what I've
Hey man, that's
experienced at least.
yeah. Hey man, so that's awesome, man. Because man, you got Dark Side of Ring and stuff, and all these stuff talking about independent wrestling nonstop. So it's like giving us like, man, we don't really just wrestle in a bingo hall all the
Yeah,
time. So
I
it's
mean,
like really like, God.
technically tonight I am wrestling in a bingo hall, but that's that's besides the
Ah,
point.
there it is.
I'm getting more than a hot dog and a handshake, hopefully though. That's
That's
the
what
goal.
matters right there. And you get the nice little gimmick table. That's all. Hey, that's a full
Hey
course meal
man,
right there.
all I need is my hot dog, maybe some gas money, and let me sell merchandise,
Exactly.
and I'm good to go.
Hey, that's how we make our profits, man.
That
That's how we
is.
make it, man.
Speaking of which, Wisconsinites, if you are going to be at the BCW and ICW shows tonight and tomorrow, your boy has a new shirt. So it's dropping tonight in person. It'll be on the merchandise stores in the next week or so. Just had to get that cheap plug in.
Hey, man, there you go. Hey, y'all, you got the exclusive, the Vape God shirts. I
It's the
mean,
first.
those things are nice. I won't even lie. I don't vape, but I mean, you just make it look pretty cool. Like I remember when I first met you, and they were like, "Really? He's called the Vape God?" Like I thought it was just gimmicks, man. Literally, when where I came from, the platform wise, it was just gimmicks. Like obviously, me wearing red, white, and blue and stuff, it's not like I'm like an all American soldier or something like that. Like it was just a gimmick to me. So when I saw you and you were just vaping and vaping away, I was like, that would be cool if he's actually vaping in the ring. And I remember Logan told me, he's like, yeah, he does that. And I was like, okay. And like, all right. And I
Brother,
remember I was like,
it's
word is
not a
like, man, is
gimmick.
that
It's a
like smoke
lifestyle.
gonna get in the face? Like what's gonna
It's,
happen?
it's not smoke. It's not smoke. It's water vapor. I'm
Uh-huh.
pretty sure we've had this discussion.
Exactly. There you go.
It is not smoke. It is water vapor. Okay.
Yep.
I'm in an altered state of
I was
mind at the
talking
moment,
about
so I
from my
can't name
first
any
experience
names.
now.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Vegetable glycerol, propane glycol, nicotine, and flavoring. Nicotine is very, very bad. If you don't smoke cigarettes, you shouldn't vape. Don't just vape to start vaping. That's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I smoked a pack and a half a
Mm-hmm.
day for 4.5 years before I started vaping. Okay, nicotine addiction is a
What
real
made you want
thing.
to start vaping?
I got tired of the way my throat was feeling, man. I started training and like I was like, I can't do this. And one of my coworkers at the time, he was like, yo, try this vape. I was like, okay. I coughed the first couple times, like everybody does. I was like, you know what? It still tastes better than
Mm-hmm.
cigarettes. I'm gonna try it. So I went and bought my own
Yeah.
mod. Moment I hit my first mod, boom. I was transported, bro. Done. No more cigarettes.
Life, life.
It was
Yeah, the
it was
gimmick,
literally
everything,
life
life all figured out.
literally I don't oh no, I will
Most,
never say I have life figured out, but it was definitely life altering. I will never say I have life figured out. Anybody who says that is a liar.
nobody does.
A liar. Nobody has
Nobody
all life
does.
figured out.
Ain't nobody figured that one out yet.
No.
All right, man.
Uh,
So tell me, what was the first flavor that you tried from your vape?
It will always have a special place in my heart. Beard number 32, cinnamon funnel cake. I will always
Okay.
remember it.
All
I
right.
tried it. I was like, ooh, boom, up into the clouds, up into the clouds, man. And we're talking
It was
nicotine,
like a
not
Krispy
THC.
Kreme, just instantly.
It was like you've had funnel cakes from like the fair, right?
Hmm.
So imagine instead of strawberries, it's sugar and cinnamon, but it's like covered in cinnamon. I was
Oh
like,
man,
there's an orgasm in my mouth. That's for sure. That's for sure.
I love it, man. I
The
love it.
vapegasm.
So, man,
Vapegasm coined in so many words today.
there's a new shirt right there.
It's gonna be oh
There's a new
yes.
one.
Okay. Coming soon.
Look
Pre-orders
at that.
now.
We get merch ideas now. Look at
I love
this.
it. I love it. I love it.
Vapegasm. What was the last one that you wanted to start?
Uh, um,
What was the
um,
last one that you were starting off with?
damn, I already forgot it.
It was vape something.
Well, yeah, but that's
How you forgetting the
everything.
money, man? Like,
I don't know, man. I'll remember. I told you I'm in an altered state of mind. I'll remember.
there you go, man. So obviously with
Fuck.
wrestling and stuff like that, everybody sees like, all right, the reps, the bumps, everything. Like, this ain't ballet. Period. This ain't
Hell
ballet,
no.
whatever stuff like that. So what keeps you going, knowing that wrestling now? I'm honestly have said this now. Wrestling has got to its best peak right now. I honestly believe it. From indies, the higher ups, whatever, like the peak of wrestling, I think is evolved in outrageously now. And I mean, you remember how I first was burned out from it? Obviously, now it feels like sometimes it gets so exciting just
Like,
to see everybody's hard work finally paying off.
oh, you got
Like
that
bro,
itch.
like how many
Like,
times have we been wrestling in random spot, like
bro.
like little random spots, and now it's starting to pay off. Like how you're saying, you're getting to wrestle in more production areas. Like those are big deals for guys like us. Like
Like,
a lot of
let
people
me
don't
let me
get that
tell you.
opportunity a lot.
Let me tell you. Like, I never really like worked in really random places before I moved up here. Landmark Arena was like the most randomest place. Like, I never did a
Yeah.
fair show. I never did a festival show, anything
Mm-hmm.
like that before I moved up here. I moved up here,
Mm-hmm.
and I started training with Frank, who runs Brew City, and so I got a lot of regular bookings this summer through Brew City, and a lot of them were
Mm-hmm.
like county fairs and stuff like that. And let me tell you, when I wrestled literally in a steak tent, like a tent that was cooking steak burgers on the other end, in front of 300 people, mind you. Okay, that tent was packed. Okay,
Hey,
a
that's a
steak tent.
draw, man. 300
Yo,
people.
300 people, bro, just packed into one tent, just fucking chowing down on burgers and shit. Sorry if I'm not allowed to cuss. I'm gonna cuss. It's I can't not cuss. I
Go
went
ahead.
14 minutes without cussing. Like, that's a record for me.
That was a record.
That's a fucking record. Um, in the same weekend, I wrestled in a house or a horse barn. Okay, at a
I
fair
haven't
show
wrestled that.
in a horse
Never
barn.
had to wrestle in that.
This summer, I wrestled a fully produced show in front of 600 people that Kurt Angle was at. Like, I've gone
All
from the
right.
weirdest places to
Oh
the
yeah, I
coolest
remember that one.
places, back to the weirdest places, dude. Like, I love this business. Like, you ask me what keeps me going, it's being able to do shit like that. And like,
Mm-hmm.
I have a very wanderlust soul. I want to see everywhere. And the fact that
Exactly.
I like me and CJ Cole, sort of buddy of mine, he's kind of a dick. He turned on me at ICW, but whatever, business is business. But we left a free show outside of a restaurant called the Wrestling Taco that had a taco eating contest before the show. As soon as the show was done, we packed our shit in the car. We got on the road and drove to Pennsylvania, okay, to go wrestle in an old
Mm-hmm.
abandoned church in a studio TV taping. Like literally, there were murals of Jesus above us and angels all around us. And I inhaled
Mm-hmm.
THC vapor inside an old abandoned church and blew the vapor up at Jesus. It was amazing. Who can say they've done that? Sorry for all you religious folks out there. Clearly, I'm not. Okay, I'm a god. Okay, I am my own religion. Vaping is my religion. Jesus can
Oh my
suck it.
god.
Okay, Jesus as a person was a great
I'm
person,
okay with the cussing. No, you didn't.
bro.
Oh gosh,
Like,
there's your heel mode coming out again.
we could get into this theological discussion if you really want to, but I don't think that you want to.
No, we're live. No, 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 no.
Oh, what
You
better
trim that
time?
down now. You trim that down now. You stop it right there. We're,
Anyway, though.
we're in that
Anyway,
game of click. Like, where's that remote? Pause. Like,
rewind,
click. Get
mute,
out of here.
mute, mute.
How dare you?
Back to the action, as Bobby Flacco would say. Back to the action, though. Um,
Sorry for technical difficulties, ladies and
sec-
gentlemen. We're back to the original program.
oh man, this
God
is
have
fun, bro.
mercy.
Oh man, I forgot how like devout you were. Had I remembered, I wouldn't have brought that up. Anyway, back to the action again, as Bobby Flacco would say. I got to do all that, and then 3 hours after the show was done, me and CJ got back in the car and drove back to Milwaukee. Like
Mm-hmm.
it, it's.
This was all
I
like in
wouldn't.
a 2 day span, right?
This is all in a 24-hour span. It was a 36-hour span. We left West Allis,
Mm-hmm.
Wisconsin at like 7:30 Saturday night. We got to Hazleton, Pennsylvania around 11. Okay, took a
Mm-hmm.
couple hour nap. Oh, excuse me. And got to the venue at 2. Did all our meeting, shaking hands, hey, kissing babies, blah 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 bullshit. Did all the match stuff, had our match, got and then actually
Mm-hmm.
got to like CJ drove the entire way, so he went and took a nap. I got to hang out with John Trosky, who runs the sanctuary. He was the guy who trained Mickey Rourke for The Wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
He's big into like movie and film production. Like he was in Noah. He helped produce Noah, the one with Emma Watson in it. I can't and Russell Crowe.
Oh,
So it
okay.
was so what he does, he produces a TV show that's based around a wrestling company. So it's like Lucha Underground, but
Mm-hmm.
done right, so to speak. So
There you
it
go.
was yeah, like it was really cool. Like getting to talk to him, getting to learn from him, stuff like that. Like just I wouldn't be able to do this stuff if it wasn't for wrestling. And a
Mm-hmm.
big long roundabout way of getting to this is why I do this. This is why I love this
Mm-hmm.
business.
Hey, I always gotta love the story, man. That's pretty sweet. Like, just to know guys that do movies and stuff like that. Like, what's the differences on the aspects of how they tell you about basically how movies are put together than obviously what we remember, what we know of putting matches together? What's the major
So
differences that he has explained that to you?
the psychology was similar, other than with striking.
Mm-hmm.
With striking, his
Right.
his mindset, his psychology was, if you're getting punched in the face, you should go down. Like you shouldn't be standing up after a punch in the face, or a knee to the face, or a
Mm-hmm.
kick to the face, or stuff like that. Like that was his big psychology.
Mm-hmm.
As far as putting together the matches, he brought up how like in stunt fights, they aim for the bubble instead of like actually aiming to make contact like we do. So like with
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
punch, like obviously with this camera angle I can't, but like if I come across and I go bam, it looks like I just nailed myself in the head and I didn't touch myself. And it's a little bit
Mm-hmm.
different in stunt fighting. um I will say that
Okay.
The Sanctuary is a stunt studio, technically. That's how they promote themselves. The setup was very much like a TV show, like you would see on an NXT or Dynamite or Dark Elevation, something like that. Obviously at a much smaller budget, but it was
Mm-hmm.
it was fully produced. Strobe lights, fog machines, everything. Like it was real nice. They had 2 ropes instead of 3,
Oh,
which was
hold up now.
different. Yeah, it was
Hold
different
up.
getting used to. But they did it so they could get those like low angle, wide angle shots
Yeah,
during the
yeah,
match.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, okay,
I've
that makes
actually
sense.
heard stuff about that before.
If they're
I've
focusing
heard
more
that
on like
before, so
TV
yeah.
filming, it makes sense. Yeah. Um, but the padding was a little bit like the padding was a little bit different. Like it was a little bit thicker. It was a little bit more like uneven.
Mm.
It was a little bit harder to walk on, but the bumps were
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
definitely worth it.
Amazing.
It definitely saved my body for sure. Like obviously, the impact is still there, but it was much less of an impact than normal.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
CJ
It was
missed
like
his
living on a
swanton.
bed type of way.
Almost. It was like a very firm bed. We'll put it like that.
There you
Like
go.
one of those like super firm like 95 sleep number beds. Like
I love it.
it's not gonna kill you when you land on it, but it's not a cloud. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, those are rare to get too now. And
They
you
are.
said the dude missed the swanton. I
He
would
missed
do a
it.
flip on that if that was
Yeah.
like that type
Yeah.
of flooring. Yeah.
Like we were we were talking or whatever after the match, and I was like, "Yo, how's your back after that?" He was like, "Not bad." He was like, like meh." I
Yeah.
was like, "Okay, all right." Excuse
And
me.
then you go to the next show, man, he's like that thick, like
Like
literally
like
straight board.
I feel bad for the guys who train there, like who start training there. Like they're getting trained by like awesome
Hmm.
guys, but God, are they spoiled? Oh, that was one thing that I
They're
didn't
living a
realize.
luxury.
Right, that was one thing I didn't realize that I was, at the time, it like during training, it was unfortunate, but I was blessed that A4 didn't have like a super soft ring.
Hmm.
They have a fairly stiff ring. I got reminded of
Yeah.
that. I got reminded of that when it went back in January and March. Like I took that first bump, I was like, "Oh, I forgot about this one." Okay,
Welcome back to Georgia.
yeah. Like when I started like going out, I was like, oh, these mats aren't that bad. Like this, like the A4 is probably the second stiffest ring. It's first stiffest, hands down. And I'm pretty sure you know what ring I'm about to say. Do
Go ahead.
you? Can you guess it?
I have an idea. I've actually bumped in a boxing ring, and those,
Oh God, no,
yeah.
no.
And
Okay,
that was like my first year, bro. So obviously, I didn't have no idea.
right. You were like, oh, this is normal. No, it's not. This is not normal.
It's literally boards. It ain't no damn padding.
Dude, Landmark was the stiffest
Oh
ring
man,
I have ever bumped in. Period. Hands down, no questions asked.
I've heard a lot of people say landmarks was definitely there.
Yeah,
A lot
and
of
like
people
I
say
might be I
landmarks is
might
probably
be a
one of the
little bit
stiffest.
biased because the last time I was there, it was for not NCW, the one right above it. I can't remember. I don't
You talking
remember. Is
about
it
starts with an A?
Total Aggression?
Just start with
Yeah,
an
it was
A.
TAPW. Yeah, it wasn't
APW, yeah.
Anarchy. It was TAPW. Yeah, it was TAP. Um, got there. It was like my third show at the arena, so I'd bumped on it before, but I got there like 10 minutes late because I was coming from Tennessee and I overslept or something, and like I got there 10 minutes late. I get there as like we're talking about the match that like they sent me a text when I was like 30 minutes out. It was like you and I think his name was I think it was Mason. You and Mason versus Red Mexicans. I was like, oh, hell yeah, let's go. It's Bob and Kev. I'm fine. Not a big deal. Not stressing it at all. Didn't have time to warm up or anything. Got there 10 minutes before our match started. Had enough time to dress. Barely had enough time to dress. Okay. Got like literally got my final boot like laced as my music was hitting. I was listening to what we were supposed to do. I was like, all right, cool. Got to the double down, flat backed my senton off the top. No warm up. Flat backed my top rope senton on the double down. I called it. I don't know why.
I bet you wish you did.
I bumped. I sat up. I was like, oh shit. Like I said it out loud, like there was no like holding it in. Like I apologized afterwards. I was like, I'm sorry for the cussing. I did not realize how much that was gonna hurt. But you know, we live and we learn.
You had the crowd cringing.
Oh, bro. See that, and that's also me when I take spears. Like any spear I take, people think I'm dead. Period. Hands down.
Yeah.
Like any spear. Doesn't matter. I'm dead. People think I break my neck. It's great. I work the boys.
That's the best ones though.
I work the boys every
That's the
time.
best ones.
Like every time.
I was like, I remember when I took a pile driver. Like I literally like thought I was dead. Like I just sold that sucker. I was shaking and shit. Like you know, like see, I like you. I mean, like normal. Like if someone's gonna land you, like basically what it looks like your head. It's like you're gonna look like you're paralyzed. That's just the main idea you're gonna do. Yeah. So they carried me in the back. They were sitting there, I was like, oh God, man. Like I literally was making him drag me all the way back to my area. All the way. And then I was like, hey man, how you doing?
Oh my God. No, so like there's this
That's
one
how
guy
you put a main event, baby.
There's this one guy up here that I love taking his spears. His name's Gunnar Wicks. Like I love to. He's a big dude. He's like 265, 6'5". Like he's a big dude, and like I just fold up every time. And like every time I'm just like, as I'm leaving the ring, I'm just like, like I'll get near the crowd. I'll just start gagging. And like I'll get to the back, and there's this one guy. Every time he asks me, Chucky Bates. Every time I drive by a group of people now, Frank, my trainer, got this stuck in my head during the summer. Every time we'll drive by a group of people with the window down, we'll just yell Chucky Bates. I'm not gonna explain why, because you know Kiese Fiese. And you know there's a shoot reason that we do that, but we're not gonna disclose that. But every time he's like, dude, is your neck okay? I'm like, I'm selling my ribs. What do you mean my neck? He's like, you landed on your neck. I was like, no, I didn't. Shut up. And then I see the video. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I should be selling my neck. But it's great, bro, dude. I fucking love this.
That's
business.
Great, man. No, I tell you the best sell. I like how I told you I was looking like I was paralyzed. You know how like the referee or the announcer will come over and just check on you to see if you're making sure you're really okay.
Yeah.
So this was my last one there in Continental Championship Wrestling. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. So I told him, he's like, you okay? Really? I was like, yeah, you need to call my wife. Like legit, I feel like I can't move. Legit, I can't move. The match is over. The match is over. The match is over.
I love it. You're like, I'm not going to the finish.
My wife was calling me. She's like, he said you weren't okay. He said you were okay. And everybody's laughing in the back. It was so funny. I mean, it's really messed up to say now, but it's still funny in my opinion.
There was a match like that when I was like before I debuted. I was reffing, and this guy named Tommy Maserati. I think he took like a pile driver like off the second rope or something like that, like some big move to the neck, and it was the finish of the match. And like I'm down talking to him. I was like, "You good?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "He's like, I'm just selling." I was like, all right, you want me to call for help? He's like, yeah, throw up the X. I was like, all right, cool. I was like, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And it was the main, and like the crowd was just like, oh God, oh God. And
We'll
like
call it the X rib.
we made everyone get out. Like he was just like, yeah, no, I'm good. And all the boys were like, oh, fuck you.
That's great. But like that's the problem though. Everybody thinks they know so much about wrestling nowadays. You have to do shit like that just to make it believable nowadays. Like it's sad. Like no, they're like, oh
And see,
damn, the
like,
X, the
and see
X.
when it actually happens, when people actually throw up the X, and they like it's necessary. The fans, the smart marks are just like, nah, they're just doing it to work us. They're just doing it to work us. And then he gets into like a shoot ambulance. There's like, oh, maybe not.
We'll be on Dark Side of the Ring, the fake
Yeah.
X account. Oh gosh,
The
that's
X
great.
rib incident. The X rib incident.
We can make a great story to this.
Oh my God. I gotta get this booked. I gotta get this booked.
We got bills to pay, folks. That's great.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
oh, that's good. That's classic, man. So, let's go a little bit about. So, what was your reaction to the recent Pro Wrestling Illustrated? Uh, Big shout out to our boy Alex Kane
Yes.
in the top
Yes. The
500, man.
suplex assassin up there in the top 500, getting signed to MLW, getting built to look like
Yeah.
the star that the man is. Oh, like
Hmm.
I was honored. I was blessed to be able to wrestle him right after right before it got announced that he got signed. And it
Hmm.
was absolutely awesome. Like I love that dude to death. He is one of my best friends. Like in the ring, I hate him because
So
he's
humble. So humble.
oh dude, he's
So
so humble.
humble.
Like he's anytime I'm just like, yo, can you watch this? Yo, what do you think about this? He's like, yeah. This, and this. And like the messed up thing is he's been in the business less time than I have,
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm saying. Like he
he's
hasn't been
just
in there that long.
like I'm pretty sure he's only been like working shows like 2.5 years now, like, and
Yeah.
he got it from day one. He looked, listened, and watched Fox and just absorbed
Mhm.
everything. And like I wish I
Yeah.
could have gotten it that quickly. Like it's mind blowing how quickly he picked up everything.
I do wish y'all showed a video, showed a clip of y'all doing the lightsaber fight. I really wish I could have saw that one
Me and Kane.
where he was talking. No, it wasn't you and Kane, but he said it was like one show that he did where they actually were reenacting a Star Wars episode, like a scene of the Star Wars for the
Oh
opening of the
yeah,
match.
that
I
was
was
at one
like,
of
I
our
would have loved to
Halloween
seen that
shows.
clip.
That was at one of our
That's
Halloween shows.
classic.
Yeah, that was really good. I had a moment like that last month, but it wasn't like with lightsabers. It was with like a broom and a lacrosse stick because it was a no DQ like anything goes match, and like
You're
it was
promoting Harry
CJ.
Potter again.
It was CJ. It was the guy that I went to Pennsylvania with. Like he had, I like I like gave him a forearm. We both picked up a stick. We were facing the other way. We turned around. We were like, "Fuck it." Duh, and I like hit him in the gut. It was great. Like I again, you asked me what keeps me going. It is moments like that.
Right, it's
Like
entertainment. Like literally these things, it doesn't have to like we take wrestling so serious nowadays and stuff like. But the entertaining aspect is what makes it what it is, bro. Like we
exactly,
sit here and we go to these training schools and yes, we know the proper ways of bumping, the ring psychology, running the ropes and stuff like. Those are the main things that you need to learn period before you get it before you even think about calling yourself a wrestler. Those are the main ones. But man, just being able to adapt, evolve, and just have moments like this. Like we don't always have to have the most serious matches nowadays. Like literally, it doesn't have to be that way. And I would really love to see Alex Kane just playing around with a lightsaber, and you playing with a broomstick is just a classic. I could
Yeah.
definitely see your gimmick doing some shit like that. That's just the
Well,
funniest
because
part about it.
like
Because
that
you can
was
do anything with your character, and it doesn't kill you. Like you have
right.
comedy, chicken shit heel, all these little categories, so it doesn't make you look less or make you like, oh my gosh, he's too big type scenario. It
Right. And
doesn't hurt you regardless.
that was one of my focuses once I started like doing shows outside of A4, because at A4 like they knew me, they knew
Mm-hmm.
what I was trying to go for. When I first started getting booked at shows outside,
Mm-hmm.
I was looked at as a comedy gimmick, and I had to make sure that my matches were
Mm-hmm.
hard hitting enough to where it's like, no, like I might have some haha
He's
spots
serious,
in
yeah.
there, but I'm gonna kick your
Mm-hmm.
fucking ass. Like I may take some shortcuts, but I'm gonna kick your ass. I may not win, but you are gonna leave that ring and you're gonna be like, yo, okay, no, he's not what I
You
expected.
gonna feel Fletch.
Exactly. Exactly. Like you're gonna feel the wrath of the Vape God one way or the other. You know, like I did a show in Michigan and on my birthday, and was talking to one of the promoters afterwards, and he was straight up with me. He was like, "Look, when Stitches told me he booked you, I was like, man, what? The Vape God? Like I wasn't expecting much." And then I came out, I was a baby face, and he was like, "Yo, this kid can fucking work as a baby face."
Mhm.
Okay, like sixth
You don't
match
really
ever,
don't see me as a baby face though. I don't see
and
you as a baby
it
face.
is all about the storytelling. I didn't think it was gonna work either. Like I said,
You are a
CJ,
nice guy outside, but babyface, bro, I just don't see it.
it's
Like
very hard to bring.
your gimmick, it makes tickets get bought. Like people
Yeah,
pay to see get your ass kicked. They
exactly.
pay literally be like, you know what? I want them to beat that vape guy.
I hate that guy.
I want them to
Exactly.
beat him up. He blew
And
smoke up my face. He blew
and
vape
that's
up at me, man. Like stop that.
and that's why like when I found out that CJ was turning on me at ICW, I was like, huh? I was like, what? I was like, what'd you just say?
Yeah.
I was like, what? You mean me turn on CJ, right? He was like, no, it says CJ turned on you. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, okay. And it ended up working, dude. I am
Am I
like
getting pumped?
right. Yeah, I was like, where's the hidden camera? Who's doing the vlog? Like, and like, not to toot my own horn, like I'm not like super over babyface, but like I'm pretty over because now, especially now at the merch table, I can be a real nice guy. Like at the merch table, I'm still in
Mm-hmm.
character, but I'm not like in ring character. Because in ring character, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
sell
yeah, yeah.
shit. You know, like ain't nobody gonna buy shit from me if I am as big a dick as I am in the
You're like,
ring.
man, I'm gonna throw that table on him. Let's screw this
Right,
guy.
right. like like I'm a heel, but I'm like a salesman heel. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
like
Oh yeah.
as a face, I can sell way more merch because I can be nicer, and like I can actually show off what athleticism I do have. Like I'm not super athletic,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm more athletic than people think I am. Like
Yeah.
people like I pulled off like a nip up. What I don't remember if it was Friday or Saturday, one of the two. And like after the show, he was like, "I didn't know you could do that." I was like, "I can do it no hands. The fuck? Like I could do a head nip if my neck wasn't fucked up."
I remember you used to
Like
do nip ups just to make fun, just to prove people
we
you could do stuff.
like we
I remember when I
right.
first met you, like you were doing that shit. You were putting it in your pockets and doing nip ups, like
That's
literally
what
no
I'm
problem.
saying.
Like,
Like I was doing it before Orange Cassidy was. No, I don't think I was actually, but that's besides the point. Like yeah, like I can do it
you
with my
kick
legs
harder than
straight
him.
up and then whoop, like no, I dig Orange Cassidy.
The Kip Up
I
trilogy.
the Kip Up trilogy with hands, no legs. Heyo.
I was iffy when I first watched Orange Cassidy because obviously we watched the PWG era of him and stuff like that, and I was just like, people really are doing that with him. And then when
Right,
I really saw him do an actual match, like lit
dude.
it up, and I was like, okay,
The
all right,
moment, like I liked
I
the
could tell,
character. I liked him as a character. I didn't like him as a wrestler because I never saw him do an actual match. And then I saw him go in AEW, and I was
yeah,
just like,
exactly,
whoa. Like Orange Cassidy
yeah.
is the one man the Vape
I think
God
that was like the
bows
first
down
time I
to.
ever really seen him wrestle was when he went. I think that was like the first time I really saw him actually wrestle was when he was with AEW because I watched all
Yep.
the PWG match. That's like watching what's that guy's name? Joey Ryan. When Joey Ryan's sitting there doing a little thing like this, but when you actually saw him
Yeah.
work, he actually could work. But people remember him just from the little thing. I don't know if he's still heavily booked or anymore, but
I don't think he's booked
obviously
anywhere
that's how
anymore.
I saw it with Orange Cassidy. But then when I saw the match, I think he, I think he's a porn star nowadays. Maybe we don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He had a porn gimmick.
Hopefully, he's at least
But
doing
man,
it.
with Orange Cassidy, like I was just
Well,
like, why signed him?
that man can go. That man can go.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. He's one of a kind too. Like I
Oh
don't think
yeah.
there's a lot of people like him. And I
There's nobody like
like
him. Like
hands in a pocket
he's
doing suicide dives and stuff like that. I ain't doing that.
no, hell no.
I'm not putting my hands in a pocket like hey, you do that, buddy.
I've never done a suicide
That's
dive,
like
let alone with hands in my pockets.
exactly like
I've
bro,
literally
I
never
was
done one.
so it took me almost 2 months to even think about trying to do it. Like get
Bro,
my
I
mindset to
started
like you're just going through the ropes. It's just
I
that
started
simple.
training over 4 years ago. I have yet to do one. I will never do one.
I
There's
would have
no
thought
point.
you would have tried one.
Fuck no. It's dumb.
Very smart. Very
I think
smart.
it's one of the dumbest moves in wrestling. Like unless you're going 90
Uh,
miles an hour like
bruh.
Darby Allin, like Darby's is impressive
What's
as
your
shit.
opinion on him? I want to
I
know. I want to know. What's your opinion?
as a person and
What is your opinion on him?
as a person or a wrestler.
Wrestler. Person, he's a
Wrestlers
good person. I've heard.
uh,
I heard he's a good person.
he has his moments as a person. Um I've heard mixed accounts from what I've experienced with Darby. I've experienced nothing but good shit. I've just heard things from different people that
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether or not to believe. Um but he's never said a ill word against me as far
There's a
as I
lot of
know.
those for anyone.
Well, yeah. But my personal experiences with
Mm-hmm.
Darby, he's a great dude. As far as a wrestler, like he's fantastic. He's still underrated in my opinion. Like he's starting to get the respect and credit that he
Yeah.
deserves, but he still has a lot of doubters and naysayers and that saying that he's predictable and he's got like
Mm-hmm.
a formula to his match. It's suicide dive, big bump, coffin drop, which is a lot of his matches. But every now and then he'll pull out one of those bangers
Yeah.
like he did against Punk, and it's like, and that's the thing. Like I trained with Darby. It's awesome seeing him get
Yeah.
that opportunity to see him get to work CM Punk in his first match back. Like that's huge.
That's what I love seeing, knowing that guys took that time. Yeah. And him getting to be the headline for CM Punk. Bruh, screw the title
That's
match. That you got a guy that hasn't wrestled in 7 years wanting to wrestle you for the first time. You
and I
can't go
guarantee
wrong
you,
with that.
Punk
Like that
picks
that that's like Hall of Fame type status. Like, because
exactly.
honestly,
Like
what do you
that's
say?
amazing. I just said exactly. Like that's amazing. And I guarantee you, like he picked Darby. You know.
Mm-hmm. He had
So
to like do that. Like I'm sure Darby was just like, "You really want to face me? Like
right,
me?
right.
Me? Okay."
Oh man,
That was
like
pretty cool.
it's just it's
They
crazy.
they lit it up, man. They lit it up.
They really did.
That's like when I watched the MLW match with Alex Kane and seeing the Rumble. I think it was a Rumble. I think it was
The
called.
Battle
I
Riot,
can't remember what
yeah,
it was, but man, he was lighting it up, and people were giving making building him up in the way, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
they got respect for Alex. They're not
yeah.
just saying, oh, this new guy, let's just mess with him. Like they had respect for Alex, and that's really cool to see. Like him just growing, man. Because I remember when I met all y'all, and I remember he told me literally he doesn't really go to that many shows. Like he really only wrestled for Fox. Like he didn't really see the reason of really traveling out there and all that yet.
Yep.
And it's really cool just to see like he hasn't been in there that long, but his mindset of wrestling now has changed so much compared to the first time I met him. And it's
His
just like,
growth is
whoa.
is amazing.
Like somebody just gave him a wrestling it was like somebody just gave him a wrestling almanac during the
Right.
summer. He just changed the whole mindset. Just reread
Pew!
it all day. Like you can't change that mindset no more. Just shot right on the roof. It's really cool, man. It's awesome.
Yes.
What's the future hold for you, bro? Like how's with everything you going and stuff like name some of the guys that you have wrestled that like really have made you a different mindset into wrestling than what you used to be,
I mean, obviously,
like
Fox. I had
psychology
my first
wise and
singles
stuff.
match with him in January. That was probably one of
So
the
jealous
highlights of
about
my
that one
career so
still.
far. Yeah, that was awesome to be able to actually get to work a singles match with him. Because like I've worked with him in tag matches before, but I've never worked him one on one. Getting to work with a guy named Joey Avalon up here.
Mm-hmm.
He's a huge name up here. He's not as known as he should be. He deserves more recognition. The man is extremely talented in the ring. Um, I got to work with Hornswoggle a couple times this summer. That was really cool. At Summerfest, getting to talk and learn with him.
That would had to be entertaining.
That was fun. That match is going on
That would
YouTube
have been a
soon.
pretty classic to watch. With
That
you
match is
and
going on YouTube.
Hornswoggle, I can just imagine like that would have been a classic.
It would be an honor to step in the ring with him one on one. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the universe. That's going to happen next year. It's me and Swoggle one on one. But yeah,
Uh
I mean,
oh,
at
mania.
least at least recently, those are the guys that have influenced me a lot. I'm starting to be able to work with a lot more people now, so it's really cool getting to work with a lot of new guys.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot on the list that I want to work this coming 13 and a half months.
Yep.
So
Hey man, I
I'm
love it.
I'm really looking forward to
Is
the
the
future,
weather real
man.
bad out there yet?
It's
Is
like
the
40
weather real
degrees.
bad out there in Milwaukee yet?
It's
Yep.
like 40 degrees. Yeah.
It's like it's like 85 here right
Yeah, piss off.
now.
Piss off.
You're gonna be snowed into your complex in the next day or so. So,
I don't want to hear it. Oh, is that the time? Ooh. All right, brother. I hate to do this.
but
I
yeah,
do have to
man.
start cutting this short because I have a show to get to. I didn't realize it was close to setup time. I do apologize
Well,
about
I
that.
mean, you laced up in 10 minutes. But yeah, man,
Well,
I appreciate you
yeah,
doing
I
this.
had a
This was
lot less
absolute
gear
fun, man.
than dude. This was a great conversation. You mind
Absolutely,
if I
bro.
you mind if I just promote the socials and the merch real quick before we head out?
Absolutely. Go ahead, bro.
Hell yeah! All right, so on the Twitter machine, you can find me at Vape God Fletch, Instagram at the Fletch Malone, Facebook Fletch Malone, YouTube PSN. I'm sorry, YouTube Fletch Malone, Facebook Fletch Malone, PSN and Twitch Vape God Fletch, ProWrestlingTees.com/Vape God Fletch. Actually, just search Pro Wrestling Tees for Fletch Malone. I'm not sure about that link. BrainbusterTees.com, search Fletch Malone, and StoreFrontier.com/Vape God Fletch. And I do also have a store available on Twitch now.
Uh-oh. He's growing up in
Upcoming.
the world, ladies and
Oh yeah,
gentlemen.
baby. Oh
He's
yeah,
growing
baby.
up. All
Upcoming
right,
shows, like
Fletch,
I
I
said
appreciate you
tonight.
doing this, brother.
Oh yeah, man. I appreciate you, bro. You have a great rest of the weekend. And as always, it has been a pleasure blessing all of the peasants with my presence. And always remember to bow down to the vape god. Have a good one.
I love it. All right, man.
Yeah, man. Be
Good
safe,
luck
bro.
tonight.
Thank you,
All
brother.
right, later.
Bye bye.